Hey guys, it's Vid. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one that I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I've learned at working as a software engineer in the industry. So let's not waste any more time and get straight to it. The first thing I've learned is that you want to ask a lot of questions. Your projects are going to be tough and you're not going to be able to solve 90% of them without asking others for help. It's a huge part of the planning process. You want to ask as many questions as possible, even if those questions are stupid questions, because in the end, those answers are only going to benefit you. You also want to ask these questions as early as possible, so that way you don't spend most of your time waiting for answers or just trying to figure stuff out on your own. Writing code is definitely the easiest part, but before that, planning is vital. You want to get through the planning process as quickly as possible, since the time you save there can be used towards debugging, which I find the most tedious part of the software development process. I definitely recommend verbal questions. However, you can also ask questions via private messages in Teams or Slack, or you can message other teams if you need help from them. I would also recommend asking questions in meetings such as your daily stand-up meeting or any discussion meeting, as you have the quickest feedback. The second thing I've learned is the importance of further learning. I find that this is very important since there's a lot of things we don't know and not very much time to learn. I recommend that you use as many free resources out there, such as the library, YouTube, and Stack Overflow. However, you could also look into some Udemy courses as well as some further learning options that your company provides for free, as those are also great resources for acquiring new skills. You also never know when those skills are going to come in use, so I recommend taking on some skills that interest you when you have some free time. The third thing that I've learned is that you want to document everything and take notes as much as possible. You're absorbing a massive amount of information every single day, and chances are you're probably going to forget it by the next day, and you'll definitely forget it by the end of the sprint. The best way to remember something is to document it, and I'm not going to go into the debate of whether you want to write it or type it or use voice recorder, but anything is going to be better than pure memorization. Chances are your team is most likely asking you to document the tasks that you're working on, and this is really important as it's going to save you a lot of time in the future. It'll also save the team a lot of time in the future, and it may even save other teams a lot of time as they don't have to go and try to learn everything on their own. You also want to take notes as you learn, so that way when you're stuck on something, you're going to have quick access to your prior knowledge. The fourth thing that I've learned is that you want to make friends and build your network as much as possible. You're going to be working in teams, however, networking is going to help you a lot, both professionally and socially. From a professional standpoint, having a large network is going to help you with anything career related. However, I find that it is a lot easier to reach out to people in the sense of making friendships rather than reaching out to people strictly for professional purposes. I'm super extroverted, so I have no problem with this, but however, I also started off as remote, which made it really hard in the first few months. My friend group at that time, in terms of software engineers, was limited to my college friends, which definitely is not a bad thing, but professionally, we're all on different schedules, we all don't work for the same company, and we're all working on different tech stacks. As an intern, there were several events that allowed me to reach out to other software engineers and reach out to other non-technical people as well. And when I was in the office, I was able to meet tons of people through the events. The friends you make in the industry can help you a lot when it comes to your job. I find that 80% of the time that when I am stuck on a task, I'm not reaching out to people in a help channel on Teams. Instead, I'm asking my friends for help, as I find this the most effective way to get help. The fifth thing that I've learned is that if you have any bad habits, they're only getting worse. Let's face it, we're not perfect and we all have bad habits. Most of the time, those habits have become so well integrated into our daily routine. I'm not going to name all of my bad habits, but I've learned that if you have any bad habits, they're most likely only going to get worse, and they're also going to lead to even more bad habits. It's hard to make changes, and there are resources out there to help you with it. However, I think the best thing to do is to identify the problem and the cause, and once you identify that, go from there. It's definitely going to be a slow process when it comes to fixing your habits. Before you go, here's one last thing. The last thing I've learned is the importance of my overall health. And this is something everybody should listen to, whether you are working in engineering or finance or whatever. There is nothing more important than your overall health, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health. As an engineer, I'm sitting indoors for long periods of time looking at screens. This certainly isn't good for me, but there's not that many other ways that I can do my job. One thing I like to do is I like to take 5 to 10 minute breaks when I'm not looking at any screen whatsoever, whether it be my phone screen, an Apple Watch screen, or a computer screen. In addition, I recommend getting outside as much as possible. On days you work from home, try to find a place that has outdoor seating, such as your balcony, a coffee shop, or a brewery. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you found the information very useful. Now, if you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. That's all for today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.